how to say, put them in the cage. But
Uh-huh.
I don't feel good doing that.
Yes, yes, I don't like it either. They it feels weird.
Yeah.
I have a family that has their dogs are just suffering, and it's so difficult to see that. I don't like that.
Yeah.
But anyway, let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. The teetotal stop. Mm-hmm. Pronunciation of the letter T. So to finish this pronunciation differences saga, we are going to go now with differences on letter T. I think that this is the one that is more difficult to you guys. The the letter T was harder on your pronunciations than letter R. I think the letter R was easier. Everybody got it very, very well. The letter A was kind of oof, that's for experts. That's really, really you need to super educate your listening skill in order to see the difference between and you know, especially when we're talking about British versus American. But the one that is very evident is actually letter T. That is the one that is the most the most noticeable. People can actually notice. Um, I want to bring out precisely how glottal stop. Let's go button. I want to talk about letter T in the UK. So let's talk about this. Just a second. I'm trying to find a way to display this in a friendly way because it's messy. Messy as hell. Here we go. So let's talk about this, okay? The sound of differences in how the letter T is pronounced. Okay, so let's go and start. Isaac, help me reading the first bullet.
Okay. Which one?
The first one. This one over here.
There are some. Okay. There are some interesting differences in how the letter T is pronounced in UK English and American English. Here is a breakdown.
Okay, before we continue,
Yeah.
how do you pronounce this T?
Leather,
Be careful. You are pronouncing the. You are pronouncing this word.
leather, like
The
the
material of
okay, yes, the anime from the animals.
aha, exactly.
Leather.
Leather. You
Leather,
are pronouncing leather. So remember the erotic R, which is no the flap R, which is on top of your tongue. You do the salero, oruga, letter.
leather,
Yes, letter.
leather,
So try to combine letter and then the last syllable. Try to pronounce it like this.
Er,
Er,
Letter. Letter.
Nice. Nice
Uh,
letter.
letter.
Pérez,
Okay.
letter.
Letter. Letter.
Right?
Letter. Letter. Okay.
Mhm. Next, how do you pronounce this?
Letter. Okay. Pronounce. Pronounce. Announce.
Announced.
Announced. Pronounced.
It's not announced, said. It's announced.
Pronounced. Pronounced. Pronounce. Could you repeat?
Announced.
Pronounced.
Yeah.
Pronounced. Pronounced.
Pronounce.
Mhm.
Now.
Pronounced. Right? So let's read
Okay.
it again. 1, 2, 3
There are,
action.
yes, there are some interesting differences in how letter T is pronounced
Mm-hmm.
in UK English and American English. Here's a breakdown.
Mm-hmm. Bullet number 1.
Yeah. American English, typically the T sound is pronounced,
Mm-hmm.
is it? More distinctly with a clear release of air from the tongue to from the tongue tip against the teeth. This is especially true at the beginning of words and stressed syllables, like in top or bottle.
Good. So let's analyze this.
Yep.
The T sound is pronounced more distinctly with a clear release of air from the tongue tip against the teeth. So the description is exemplifying this sound. That's the air that the text is talking about. The uh-huh.
Okay.
This is a clear description of it. The tongue tip against the teeth. And your tongue, the tip of your tongue is between your teeth. No, not between, but behind it. Everybody, Carlita and Jesse. No voice, don't activate your voice. I just want to hear that. Easy
Uh,
as that.
it's difficult because I feel that you are not listening.
Yes, well, surprise, surprise, I am listening. Don't worry about that. Your microphone is working well. So nice. Yes, it sounds correctly. Jesse's microphone was not really catching the sound, but Isaac's and Carlita, yes. So with this sound, you can pronounce word like top, not top, right? So everybody, tap,
Tap,
Tap.
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 tap. And then in this case, no, that's not correct because this is a different thing. This should be another word like top. Any word with T? Test.
Tomato.
Tomato, exactly.
Think.
Tomato. Again, yes.
Think.
Oh, no, think is TH.
Mhm.
And think
TH.
is with a different sound, is with this one.
Ah, okay. Mm,
We're talking about this one. Think. So that's a different thing.
okay.
There should be another like oh well, any word with T actually. Any word that ends with T. The interesting part here is then when the letter T is in a different location. Okay? So let's talk about when the T is in a different location. For example, here. Read the next bullet, Carlita.
American English, typically, the T sound is pronounced more distinctly, with a clear release of air from the tongue deep against the teeth. This is especially true at the beginning of words and stressed syllables, like in top, top, or test, top, made,
Okay, one more time. Like in what again?
like in top or test.
Oh, you are reading the same text that Isaac read.
Okay. Is the second
Yep.
UK English?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The T can be softer, sometimes approaching a D sound at the end of words on unstressed syllables. This phenomenon is known as alveolar flapping
Mm-hmm.
or a T global stop. For example, water might sound like water, water, water,
Water.
water,
Mm-hmm.
water, and hospital like hospital,
Hospital.
hospital,
Uh-huh.
hospital.
In the UK, they omit the T sometimes, right? When it's very, very close to a D. But that only happens in UK English. Water and hospital. A bottle of water. I have heard many TikToks giving that uh comment, American people commenting that, you know. So there's probably can find it. Um British people be like, you hear that. Mm-hmm. Here, listen to this.
Parker. People watching Spider-Man be like, Peter Parker. British people be like, can I get a barrel of water? British people get mad and be like, are you fucking stupid? British people getting stabbed and be like, oi there mate, bit rude to put that knife in me chest, innit?
I hate her so much. I don't like her. But it's actually funny. So first joke. British people watching Spider-Man be like, Peter Parker. Of course, in this case, the indication is on the letter R. Because it's not Peter, it's Peter. And the R disappears. It vanishes like we said yesterday.
I just got, got it. I
Ah, you
didn't
got it right
understand them.
now.
Yeah.
Okay. You got it right now. Yes, you need some knowledge about this
Yes,
to
now
understand.
it is funny.
Now it is funny. Yes,
Yeah.
totally. That's so interesting about this. British people watching Spider-Man be like, Peter Parker. Because it's not Peter Parker. That's the interesting part. The next one is even more difficult, Isaac. British people be like, can I get a bowl of water?
I have watched some videos of There is one that I have found many times that it's a British person in a U.S. restaurant, and then the waiter uh, what did he say? I don't remember that. He said like they cannot take his order because how say the translate how is it called, the person that translate, is it translator? Yes,
That
no?
will be a translator.
Yes, the translator, but the other person asked why if both of them speak English, no? But then he starts speaking and it's in British accent.
Oh, they
Uh,
don't get each other.
yes, and and then the waiter um, says that it's not possible to take his order, and the other person has to leave the restaurant.
Restaurant. But was it a sketch or a true story?
No, it's just a sketch.
Ah, okay. Yeah,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
yes.
no, no.
Uh-huh.
Yes,
Because
actually,
that's the joke, no? That
it's an audio. Yes, I have heard it a lot of times with
Mhm.
in different videos.
Oh, I haven't heard it, and I don't identify it. If you
Let
find it,
me
send it to
yes,
me.
let me look for it and I will send you.
Sure, sure. Please, please, please. I want to check it out. That's precisely something that every American people jokes about. American people jokes about the way these guys talk. We do it too in Spanish. We have our
Mhm.
jokes of gallegos. So
With the
we
person
are,
from Merida also.
exactly. And we talk about their Spanish from Merida. So we have this cultural distance too. In this particular case, the second example is the example that I have in the text. What is this British person asking for?
It's clear there.
Is it clear? What is he? Is this
Wow, wow.
wow? He's clearly asking for a bow wow. Yeah, but in American English,
Bottle of water.
What?
exactly. Was Jesse saying the same? Or were you saying the bottle of
Yes,
water?
yeah.
Exactly. Bottle of water. When the T is flap, British people omit it. So words like hospital, bottle, bois, British, the letter T vanishes, disappears. When the T is in the middle. And then the third joke,
British people be like, can
let me check. You fucking stupid. Jesus. Oh, it may be rude to put that knife on my chest. And now that there's no consonant change there. But that was the first thing I thought when I read this text. This particular text talks about the letter T vanishing. All right. There we go. Let's go with the next one. Jesse.
Word finally in both at the at I'm not sure absent, no absent
Mhm, mhm.
in
Your
both
pronunciation is
absent
correct.
thing, no, at the end
Okay,
of
okay, wait. This is a letter T,
and normality.
a normal T. So one more
Okay,
time. Both.
in both absent,
Mhm.
the at the end of words is often softened, soft,
Excellent.
softened.
Very
or
good.
dropped altogether. However, UK English tends to do this more frequently, especially in informal speech. For example, what and about make sounds like well and about in British English.
That is true. When the letter T is at the end, sometimes the T vanishes.
Mm.
Mhm. These words. Let me find you a word with this. Mhm. This is acronym. So about, get in, look at this. British English. We can add a shape. Check this out. Pronounce after me. What?
Wow.
Well, well,
That.
Wow. Wow.
about
Get.
get
On.
Oh.
oh oh
No. Oh. Ah.
Ah.
oh
Na.
na
Uh-huh. Ga.
ga
Yeah.
ga
Da.
Yeah.
E.
e
Eh.
Le.
le
Yeah.
Ah.
le
And you know what? Thinking. Oh, it's in the text actually. In both accents, when the T ends, it usually disappears. So this is an interesting combination because when the T is between two vowels, it's going to sound like da, 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 da. If you say, what about? The example on the top, on the bottom, the pronunciation should be what about? Then this is a connecting T. But on the other side, when the word is the last one, sometimes it's not necessary to pronounce the T. So you say, I don't know, for example, I don't know what you're talking about. In this case, about should not have that pronunciation. I don't know what you're talking about. What you're talking about. Also, what? In this case, what? The letter T doesn't sound. I don't know what you're talking about. Let's pronounce it together. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Come on.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good. Perfect. Everybody. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what you are talking about.
Be careful. It's not you are. It's your.
I
So
don't know what you're I don't know what you're talking about.
good. I like it. I don't know what you're talking about. Go, Jesse.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Good, Carlita.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. and the T doesn't sound. That's a good example of this bullet. Last but not least, let's talk about clusters. Silvana, nice to see you again.
Thank you.
Action. Read about clusters.
Okay. Clusters. Both accents have consonant clusters containing T, like st. Do I have to say the letters or the sound?
Say the letters. Yeah, ST.
Yeah. Clusters. Both accents have consonant clusters containing T, like ST, NT, and IT. American English tends to release the T sound more clearly in these clusters, while UK English might while UK English might soften it or even completely omit it.
Let's find words about this point. Right. Wait a second. Let me find you some words about this. Clusters.
Was that contain the sentence like accents,
Accents.
consonant?
There are some clusters there.
Yeah.
So the clusters that we're talking about, words where American English releases the T more clearly. American English, station. Everybody, station.
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 Stop.
Station.
Stop.
Station.
Test.
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 Tasty.
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 Great.
Street.
Okay. The next clusters, it's a little bit more optional. Some people will say went. Come on, everybody, went.
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 When some people can say when.
When. Only when.
Only when. So I went to the dentist. I went there. Oh, let's pronounce that one together. I went there.
I went there.
I went there.
Omit the T. I went.
there. I went there.
I went there.
Exactly. That T is optional sometimes. The word bent, I would say it will be very important to say the T because there are two past participle words that have the same pronunciation. The verb be in past participle is been. I have been. But this word bent sounds very similar. If you don't pronounce the T, you are going to change the meaning of the sentence. See, if you say I have bent, do you know what is bent?
And no, I don't.
Do you know what is fold?
Oh,
Fold, like the Samsung Galaxy Fold.
yes, well, I don't know, but I imagine what is it.
Well, that's fold. Fold is this. I have this, and I'm folding. I fold my notebook.
I can see it. Yeah.
You are.
Yeah.
So, of course, I'm not going to fold my notebook because I am using it, but the synonym is to bend. I'm bending the phone. Like what happened to the iPhone 15? Supposedly was super solid and super rigid, and boom, it was all bent after a week. You know? Bent is a past participle too. Bent. Imagine,
Okay.
I have bent. I have been. confusing. Right? So in this case, you should say it. Next. Dentist.
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 But be careful, you are pronouncing east, but east is
Dentist.
letter E. How do you pronounce letter I?
Yeah.
E, exactly.
Dentist.
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 Okay, in this case is explicit.
Dentist.
In this case too. In some accents, you're gonna hear the word dentist.
Dentist.
Mhm. Next, apartment.
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 In this case, both T's disappear. Apartment.
Both of them.
Apartment.
Apartment. Apartment.
Apartment.
Apartment. Mhm.
Apartment. No.
It's the reason it's so difficult to understand these people. Some people say internet.
Internet.
Internet. Internet.
Internet.
Internet.
Uh-huh.
Internet.
I
Internet.
know it sounds super strange, but yep,
Internet.
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 Mhm. And the last one, count.
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 Count. I'm counting. I'm counting on you.
Count. Okay.
I'm counting on you. Try to pronounce that. I'm counting on you.
I'm counting on you.
Counting on you.
Exactly. That's it. LT, we have built.
You.
We have fall.
Fall.
Pronounce it with me. It's not my fault.
It's not my
It's not
fault.
my
Not my
fault.
fault.
Mhm. You don't know how I felt.
You don't know
You-
how I felt.
You don't know how I felt.
You don't know how I felt.
Hmm? My ice cream melt.
My
My
ice
ice
cream
My
cream
melt.
ice cream melt.
Mhm. I can't avoid feeling guilt.
I
I
can't
can't
avoid feeling
avoid
guilt.
feeling
Avoid
guilt.
feeling guilt.
Mhm. Oh, yes. That's the way it sounds. It sounds, actually. That will be also with the word it. That's the way it sounds. In the next one, we have some T's that don't sound, no? But that's in the dictionary. If you pronounce this word, there are some silent T's. Oh, I actually have another one, but it's not ST. This one. So pronounce everybody. Castle.
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 Listen.
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 Christmas.
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 Muscle.
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 It's not a letter T, but it's a cluster. The next one. The reason I prefer to use cannot is exactly because of this reason. It's very difficult to identify the negative if you say can't, especially if you are going to pronounce it like an American person. Some people will say can. And what's the difference between can and can? Right? So I honestly prefer that you say cannot if you are going to use a negative. Okay? So I cannot do this anymore. Let's go.
I cannot do this anymore.
Again, I cannot do this anymore.
I
I
cannot do this anymore.
Exactly. They can't, leave it for the positive. Wouldn't.
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 Wouldn't? Wouldn't.
Mhm. Wouldn't. The next one is a little bit more difficult. Wouldn't have.
Good enough. Good enough.
Wouldn't have.
Good enough.
Uh-huh. And winner.
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 That's it.
How do you pronounce a person who
Wins.
wins something?
Wins,
Yes.
right?
Yeah. Is it the same?
That will be winner. The difference
Okay.
here is grammatical. Winner is
Oh,
uncountable, and no winter, like the season,
winner.
countable,
Okay.
and winter is countable. So you can say,
Okay.
I am a winner. If you say winner, you need to say yeah.
Okay.
Automatically, I understand which one we are talking about because of the a. That's pretty much it. Let's practice this information. Shall we? Mm, mhm. Mm, just a second, eh? Okay. Letter T. Mm, okay. Sorry for the time. I'm just perfecting it so we can have some quality story. Differences with the T. Listen to the first paragraph with attention.
On a chilly British winter street, Emily stumbled upon a tasty station. Intrigued, she entered and discovered a test chamber with a bent dentist chair. It unexpectedly transported her to an internet-filled apartment where a guilt-free cat built a tower of cards. As they listened to a Christmas carol, a hot wind whisked them away to
To a castle. Wisdom to a castle. Let's give it like that. A hot wind. Okay, let's listen again. Attention to the T's.
On a chilly British winter street, Emily stumbled upon a tasty station. Intrigued, she entered and discovered a test chamber with a bent dentist chair. It unexpectedly transported her to an internet-filled apartment where a guilt-free cat built a tower of cards. As they listened to a Christmas carol, a hot wind showed them a castle.
That's right. This British accent, the one that we use in the audio, is very strong. This guy never said British. He said British with a T. Let's see if I can find another one. Okay. Meanwhile, let's give a chance to Jessie because she's in the chat.
Thank you, teacher. Good night. Good
Good night.
night, everyone. I will take attendance, please. See, Jessie, hello, Jessie. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Thank you, Jessie. Denise, hello, Denise. Good night.
Hello, good
She's
night.
here, eh? Yes.
Thank you, Denise. Sil, hello, Sil. Good night.
Hello, Jessie. Good night.
Thank you, Sil. And Isaac, hello, Isaac. Good night.
Hello, good night.
Thank you, Isaac. So, thank you, everyone. Have a good night and good rest. See you tomorrow. See you,
Thank you,
teacher.
Milady.
See you.
Okay, let's listen to this one.
On a chilly British winter street, Emily stumbled upon a tasty station. Intrigued, she entered and discovered a test chamber with a bent dentist chair. It unexpectedly transported her to an internet-filled apartment where a guilt-free cat built a tower of cards. As they listened to a Christmas carol, a hot wind showed them a castle.
She didn't omit the T as I am wanting. What about Jeremy? Let's try with this one.
On a chilly British winter street, Emily stumbled upon a tasty station. Intrigued, she entered and discovered a test chamber with a bent dentist chair. It unexpectedly transported her to an internet-filled apartment where a guilt-free cat built a tower of cards. As they listened to a Christmas carol, a hot wind showed them a castle.
Mm-hmm. This guy is super American. Are you understanding now that, like, do you hear the difference between one and another? Can you identify which one is American and which one is British?
I think that, well, I identify because British is more like strong. The accent is, I don't know, that they emphasize a lot of, well, the final words. I don't know how to say it, but they do a lot
final
of
syllables?
emphasis in some, yeah, in some syllables.
Right. So then, well, that contradicts a little bit what we are reading because we have that the letter R is usually at the end and it's omitted. So technically it's the contrary of what you're saying. You know what I mean? Now the other option
Yeah.
would be the best way to identify this would be considering the letter R. I think that's the most obvious difference between both. Don't you think? Like in Spanish is in Spanish from Spain is the S and the C. And here in English is letter R. That's the one that is more evident. Because all the accents that I am listening here, all of them pronounce the letter T. But that doesn't happen a lot. If you are listening to a normal person in the street, you're gonna see this vanishing letter T's that disappear. You know? So, for example, in your case, Carlita, do you think this analysis is helping you understand why we struggle with audios and listening?
Yes, teacher, I think.
Right? Like do you have observations about it, or it's just
No, I helped me to understand better because the pronunciation it's important to for some words that when I watch a video I didn't understand.
yes? Mhm.
So these rules are yes.
Well, I was trying to find an example of it, but definitely I was not able to. So let's do something. Tomorrow's challenge is going to be understanding a British person. Okay, we're gonna start slowly with British news with people that are very articulate, and then we're gonna make it a little bit more difficult understanding news shows. Interviews. Where in when you're talking about interviews, it becomes very, very difficult to understand. We're going to analyze those two, and that's going to be our Friday's challenge. Okay? So, what are they saying? In this moment, let's keep it over here. And let's meet tomorrow.
Okay,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure.
See you.
Have a good night. See you later.
Thank you.